We won't be using any props specifically for our practice this evening, but if you know that there is props that you like to use when you're laying down or in a seated position, I invite you to use them for our practice. And then once you settle into a comfortable cross leg, we're going to take a moment to loop our shoulders up, back, and down a few times. And the next time you roll them back and down, allow them to settle. Palms coming to your lap, face up. Softening down your gaze or fully closing your eyes. Observing, noticing how you're landing on your mat today. Physically, how is the body? Energetically, how are you showing up? And on an emotional level, no need to judge or label anything that's coming up, but strictly witnessing, observing, just as we are. And we will sit with that both figuratively and literally. Breathing a bit deeper. Means to you breathing deeply in this moment. And with these deeper rounds of breath, notice if anything's shifting. Keep your gaze soft or your eyes even closed. Starting our movement with some neck rolls. Lower your chin towards your chest. Right ear drawing over your shoulder. And chin lowers back down. Semicircle over to the left side. Find a slow, controlled pace. Next time your right ear ends up over your shoulder, we pause. Take your left arm off to your side, turning the palm to face behind you. Bending your elbow, crawl the hand towards the right arm, possibly grabbing a hold as your arm down behind you. And breathe into the sensations that come. Are you able to soften through your face, relaxing the muscles around your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw? Release your hands back to your lap. Chin rolls down to the chest. And the ear comes over the left shoulder. Right arm reaches off to the side. Turn your palm to face behind you. Bend the elbow, starting to reach over for that left arm that's also coming around behind, possibly clasping. Just noticing what's coming up. Side to side, our body is different. We can create subtle movements as we enter that witness state here as well. Releasing your hands back to your lap. Recreate a few half circles, washing out any stagnant energy with this motion. And the chin comes back to the center of your chest. Lift your head up to neutral. Take your arms out beside you, sweep them overhead, reach up nice and high. Pressing down through the hips, lift from your shoulders, lengthening the sides of your waist. And then lower the right arm down, reaching that left arm up and over. And pulse in and out of this side bend. Diminish your movements over the next few breaths, finding more of a still point. Witnessing the length coming through the left side of your body. A heaviness stays through the left hip, and we grow out from there. Micro movements can take you through some discoveries here, even if it's just a millimeter or two. It can change the posture quite a bit and the sensations that come along with. Pressing back up. We'll meet and reach up for the ceiling. Stretch, stretch, stretch up a little bit higher. Good. Nice long body as you head over to the left side. Connect that bottom hand, pulsing in and out. Over the next few breaths, starting to find more of that still place. Again, those subtle movements are always welcome. Witnessing the opening of the right side of your body. Let's press back up, reach both of your arms up for the ceiling, and then releasing the hands down. And we'll stretch out both of your legs in front of you. And I invite you to keep quite a generous bend to your knees. Knees, toes are going to be facing the ceiling. Press and lengthen that spine. Now hinge forward and take your hands down to the mat beside you and allow the upper body to fold down. Looking to create an even stretch through the back line. Holding for about 4 or 5 more breaths. Allow the breath to guide you in. And staying for one more full cycle. As you start to fill back up, rising up. And we are going to lower onto our backs, bending our knees, placing our feet to the mat. When you arrive, place your arms along down the side of your body, connecting your palms. Outer edges of the feet, same width as your hips. Pressing down, we'll inhale, lift your hips. And exhale to lower down. So we'll look to match the breath with the movement. Inhale, hips rise. Exhale, hips lower. We'll stay with your own pace of breath. Stay the witness of the movement of your breath. Next time, your hips lower down to the mat. Allow them to connect. Outer right ankle will come to the top of your left thigh, setting up for a figure 4 shape. Draw your legs in, possibly interlacing your fingers behind your left thigh. Notice what's coming up. Where do the sensations arrive in your body? Notice where tension is starting to creep in. Can we soften those areas? You may already be aware of these tension holding areas. Keep browsing around, noticing what else is out there. Perhaps coming across some blind spots. Could be around your shoulders or neck. If the fingers interlace behind the left thigh, we're going to undo them and you're going to take the arms out wide. Now leave your legs up in this figure 4 shape and we're going to come in for a bit of a different twist. Leaning to the left side, dipping over, the sole of the right foot will connect down, the knee will face the ceiling, and the outer left leg has arrived to the floor as well. Now, though the right hip is lifted, we want a sense of having a downward energy here. There's a subtle twist taking place in the lower part of our spine. And we breathe. Noticing what's coming up in this moment. Where's the sensations? Where's your breath? Are you able to soften around the outer hips? Are you able to be with what is right now? start to untwist. Place your feet to the mat. Pause. Observe. Feel the warmth tingling around the right hip. May radiate down the leg or up the side of the waist. Lower back. We'll set it for the left side. Take the outer ankle to the top of the right thigh. Legs draw in. Possibly interlacing the fingers behind your right thigh. No need to overreach here. Allow the shoulders to stay heavy. Back of your neck long. Breathing deeply still. Keep the figure four shape of your legs. Lay your arms down to your sides. Starting to tip to the right, connecting the sole of the left foot down and the outer right leg. Allowing the left hip to feel heavy, even though it's lifted up. Sense of traction here all around this left hip. Keep settling in with your breath. Untwisting, we bring the soles of our feet to the mat. Pausing to notice. Draw both of your legs in, wrap your arms around, squeezing them close. Take a bit of a rock side to side. And coming back to center. Preparing to move into a resting position. This is the opportunity to put on extra layers of clothes, cover up with a blanket, use props to support your comfort here. Take a few physical adjustments to your body. Precisely landing in a still place that you can manage over a duration of time. Soften your gaze or fully close your eyes. And we'll check back in. Observing how the physical body feels in this moment. Checking in with your energetic body. And your emotional body. Come to notice your breath moving in and moving out. Nothing to change, but just tracing the path. And as you breathe, listening for sounds off in the distance, outside of the room that you're in. And listen for sounds that you hear within the room. We listen as we continuously trace the breath. Notice the temperature of the air now as you trace the breath. Stay with your breath. Notice if you see anything, what you see with the eyes closed or that soft gaze. And stay with your breath, witnessing any smells that you can notice. And as you breathe now, notice what the temperature of the air feels like as you draw it in relative to the air that's drawing out. We are going to incorporate a mantra practice. On your next inhale, say so. And on your exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Quietly repeating this mantra with each cycle of breath. Staying with this so hum mantra. Repeating 3 more cycles of this so hum mantra. And I'll invite you now to notice the spaces between your breaths. Are you able to linger in those empty spaces? Only so much that you're not gasping or forcefully drawing the air in or out. Leaning into the pauses. flicker some movement through your fingers and toes now. Blinking your eyes open if they were closed. And bending your knees, connecting your feet to help roll over to one side, pausing in a fetal position. Over your next few breaths, pressing yourself up into a seated position. Pressing your palms together in front of your chest. Sit in good posture. Softening your gaze down towards your hands. Honoring your practice. That peaceful place that is within both you and I. I thank you for coming to share a piece of your practice with me. Namaste.